I'm here on the set of the East by Southeast Spoken Word Showcase with Iggy and Ty. Hi, guys.
Hello. How you doing?
Welcome to the show. Great.
Thanks.
Good. So, Iggy, you contacted me. You saw the show,
right? And
you contacted me via email, right?
Sure did.
And sometimes I get a lot of emails, which I really, really love and I appreciate. But you asked me, so tell me about some poetry venues. And then I told you a couple, and you came out to one.
I did.
And so when you came out, you were like, hey, I'm the one I emailed. He was like, oh, great, great, great. And he was like, yeah, I do poetry. So I was like, okay, cool, you do poetry. Well, let's see what you got. And you blew me away.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, I was like, wow, awesome. So it's really awesome to see people are watching, and then they contact us, and then, now you're here.
Well, thanks for sharing that.
So, yeah, you're here now. So I'm glad that you're here, and everybody else is going to get to see you perform. So tell me what y'all are doing.
Okay. Well, I've been doing performance poetry for about 2.5, 3 years. I moved to Austin, and that's kind of why I contacted you. I was like, I know nobody in Austin. Where do I start? I love poetry. I want to find it. So once I found the poetry, I used to run a monthly show in Chicago called Spoken Symphony, and I wanted to get that started again. So when I started working at 24 Hour Fitness, Ty over here told me he sang and whatnot, and had the guitar, and I was like, perfect. What do you do? Let me hear it. Loved it. It's I don't even know how to describe the style. It's like a John Mayer mixed with like 8 other artists, and so. I'll let him describe what kind of music he has, but at the same time, I was like, I love it when an artist can not necessarily dominate a poet, but back up a poet to enhance that poem.
And I believe
he does a great job at it. So.
I mean, he was just sitting here playing a little bit, and we just kind of started, it was so easy to flow to.
It just sounded
no
good.
difficulty at all. So if somebody wanted to reach you, how could they contact you?
Just through phone or through email. I'll leave my email with
Go ahead and just give your email.
It's phone number 325.
No, your email.
Oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't give phone number out.
Go ahead and give your email.
Email. It's Ty J. Gardner. Ty is just T-Y, and then the letter J, Gardner, @gmail.com. Pretty simple.
And if somebody wanted to contact you, Iggy, how could they do that?
Well, you just go. My number is...
No, Iggy.
It's Iggy at poetry2life.com. So it's just IGGY at... Well, I don't even know what camera I'm looking at. Poetry2life.com. So it's POETRYTO life.com.
Austin, Texas, Iggy and Ty.
In the 2 weeks he went sober, we drank coffee, cleaned the house, went down to the unemployment office together. Growing up, the local cops knew our names. Fighting occurred often in our family. It was our religion. Every month we had to sacrifice our father, take a pot to his head and lay his drunk ass out. The sirens, the tears, the AA classes, the court hearings, evictions never changed much. There were times I could beat him sober for days, but never long enough to get to know him. Beyond the alcoholic who only came around a basketball game screaming, "That's my boy." My father laid passed out in the neighbor's yard, the lawn ornaments relocating itself every week. My father, the drunk. We fought toe to toe and knuckle to knuckle, and after 22 years of it, I decided to work things out. I wanted to understand why my father had so much anger released at the twist of a cap. For 3 years, I didn't swing on the man. Until this morning. A loud thump off the wall, a jaw hung open. My mother laid out across the floor, the pain wrinkled in her face. Flash, I remember a time he brought her to her knees, his hands locked around her arm like the jaws of a pit bull. So like any doggone, I chopped him in the throat. No air, no power. I breathe back into the moment as my father stands under the dim kitchen lights with liquor splashing behind his yellow eyes. How could you butcher like that? Your own wife, my mother. I flash again to the day he punches her. She hits the floor. My brothers and I flocked around mommy like birds do when a nest falls from its tree, praying she wake up. I breathe back into the moments, back into his yellow eyes, and jab. A quick stab to the midsection. His airbag is empty. He swings back. The bell is rung. We're at it again. Mother cheers me on. His bottomless splits open. Blood-stained drool. He tries to catch with his tongue. I'm going to... Oh, I'll kill you. I hear the crowd going wild as I shuffle around his flimsy swings. A knee to the sternum. His body falls limp, but there's no referee to stop me. I'm in love with the sound of knuckles hitting flesh, the aching beauty of a cue ball cracking the rack at the break. Crack, you like that? Crack, I like that. Addicted to adrenaline, holding 25 years of messed up childhood in my fist. His tattered body lays if it had no bones left. I kicked it, I stomped it. I put the head into the refrigerator, more concerned about the door than the head that dented it. My mother is crying again. I dragged what had left my father into the empty hallway. At the sink, I loosened my knuckles, rinsed our African blood from my hands, watched my dignity and anger swirl towards the mouth of the basin. I'm late for my train. Outside the building, I'm greeted by a lovely custodian lady who can never say my name right. Hello, Iggy. How are you? I smile. I'm fine.
My own mother's crying again. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. My own mother's crying again. Happy Father's Day.
She ordered a Happy Meal. Happy Meals made her think of the happy days, so every date we spent under the golden arches staring at the menu as if it were new. Date 1 and date 2 and week 3, and after day 5 I started to pay heed to her unfinished meals. My nephew, 5 years old, could have finished that. Her body was a bit thin for my liking, so I asked her, is there a reason why you don't eat more? I watched her eyes dance, and awkward silence dawned on us. I might have said too much, but somewhere in that silence was a wishful prayer to the man upstairs. I swear I heard her cry out on the inside, Lord, if I am made in your image, then why am I not happy with myself? The painted picture placid and her eyes lie permanently still. She stared downward, zooming in on what I thought was happiness. She interrupted herself with a painful whisper. She told me, I don't want to be fat. My mother and my aunt think I'm chubby, and I don't want to be like grandma's way too fat to even feed herself. I don't even like eating in front of you. That food, she was disgusted by. My presence, she wanted to dismiss. While nursing myself in disbelief, I realized no matter how much McDonald's loves to make you smile, you cannot buy confidence. And love can't be wrapped up in tissue paper. Her secrets, she swallowed, only to throw them up later. She was a tonsil tickler. Beyond the struggles, a stuff in her throat with 2 fingers. She would starve herself to become someone else. Please, can anybody tell me, when did the images of death become a symbol for beauty? Who's to blame? Mr. Richie, you better sing to your daughter. I filled my lungs with pity as it seemed like every breath she was burning calories, scratching the surface of insanity. She poured her voice out in vomit. She never gained weight. She never gained the opportunity. Here, at the very least, take my offerings. Like the mother of a mockingbird, I wanted to force the food down her mouth to kill a memory. This notion of you must be skinny to be pretty, but my aid to her was pointless, like eating iceberg lettuce, because she never allowed the substance to nourish her. The sandwich, give it 2 fingers. The dinner plates, 2 fingers. The half-eaten Happy Meals, 2 fingers again. 2 fingers too thin. I've seen pictures of blackened lungs tarred by nicotine, but I cannot imagine your corroded throats burned by your stick-figure cravings. I felt like my attempts of keeping it was like Saving Private Ryan, marching on and on, singing the same song. From the looks of it, she was already gone, because her bones began to push from beneath the flesh. This didn't want to be anymore, like a python. Her skin must have been wrenching out of her body, only not for food, but the lack of it. Her veins began to surface. I almost believed that her limbs were laced with blue wires. Her smile ripped her face like the wind of city, rich chapped lips in the center of winter. Sarah, how can this become? I cannot imagine what your world is like. Every day she wrapped her waist with a measuring tape, haunted by scales and mirrors. But what scares me the most is you're not the only one confused, because Michael Jackson didn't even know which nostril to use. I tell you, he never was looking at the man in the mirror. So tell me, when you see famine on TV, do you see beauty? Do you see the blow of the bellies of men, women, and children? That is a population of overpopulated pregnancy, impregnated with scarcity. Try stomaching that ache. Here. Take this for food for thought.